And introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 77.1 kilograms and trains under Stephen Elliott Compton out of Team Compton Training Centre. Boasting a one-fight professional record, fighting out of Brisbane, Australia, this is Declan Wolfinden! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 77.4 kilograms and trains under Steve Walton out of Wolves Den, making his professional debut tonight inside the Eternal Cage, fighting out of Fiji by way of Perth, Australia, this is James Wong! And when our action begins, our referee in charge, Sam Ballantyne.
Hi boys, you've both been given the rules. Listen to my instructions at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Got any questions, Blue? Any questions, Red? Touch gloves if you want to. Back to corners, come out ready to fight.
Busy night for referee Sam Ballantyne. The Wolf, fighting out of the blue corner. The King in the red, James Wong versus Declan Wolfinden. Round number 1.
Yeah, well, he's a grappler by nature, James Wong. He's also had a bit of an amateur boxing career, and he's got some really good hands, and I think he'll probably fancy himself on the feet early in round number 1. I'd like to see Wolfinden here try and find some range to avoid just that. Get the jab going, some big kicks up the middle. There's a good lead kick from Wolfinden, and a stiff jab. Moves off to his right-hand side. Trying to move away from that power right hand of James Wong, who just tags him with the left hook.
Power right hand and power left hand. It's on full display early on in round number 1. Elliott Compton, Don Marfan in the corner of Wolfinden.
There's a great low kick from James Wong, potentially trying to set up the right hand over the top. Let's see if he goes back to that. Shift stance. This James Wong, here it comes, and tries to stick the right hand down the pipe. Good evasive footwork from Wolfinden. He's shown some real improvements, I feel, in his footwork agility coming into this fight. Did some hard work on the mats there at Team Compton.
We'd have to think the game plan, Matt, is exactly what he's doing. You can't let James get close and land those big shots, trying to keep him at a distance thus far.
Yeah, I think this is correct, and I thought this would be the approach. The jab and then the hard low kick, but he threw it one too many times, which opened up the opportunity for James Wong to collect the leg and put him on the mat. Did well to spring up once more to Declan Wolfinden, the Wolf, doing well early in round number 1 to avoid the grappling of James Wong. Southpaw position now, open stance. And the left hook came over the top, and how's Wolfinden just ducking out the back door? Got a real reach and height advantage. You can see him stick that jab out a little bit more. James Wong and Southpaw now looking to shift in with that right hand like he's done a couple of times. He'll shift into orthodox and throw it straight. There's some good short punches on the inside.
So the body goes King James. Not necessarily bothering Declan Wolfinden at the moment. And again, he's starting to read him now, Matt. When you throw with that big power, you can give yourself away sometimes.
You certainly can. This is interesting here from Wolfinden. Good head position. Good wrist control on the right-hand side. Here comes the underhook from James Wong, and he does a good job to create a little bit of space. Stiff left hand from the southpaw position from James Wong. Returns favour, does Declan Wolfinden. Locks him well on the back foot. This is where he needs to zone off. Tries to time the shot with a knee upstairs. There's a good right hand again from Wolfinden. Starting to feel that right hand now. This is where James Wong's dangerous, when you get caught flat against the fence and he digs to the body with a hard right hand, does James Wong.
Declan Wolfinden landing significant strikes as we count down just over 90 seconds of round number 1. It was all James Wong in the early exchanges, but Wolfinden seemingly finding his feet in the late stages of this first round.
I'd be interested to know how sore that lead leg is of James Wong.
Yes.
He just tried to shake it out before. And now favouring the southpaw stance. Goes back to orthodox. Will Declan tag him with the low kick once more? But look at that. He's really widened out his stance. There's a good right hand to the solar plexus. Just trying to remove the soul of Declan Wolfinden as James Wong. He's been versing a lot to the body early in this fight, to the big, tall torso of Wolfinden.
Look at that.
Oh, like Billy Elliott, mate. Just pirouetted out like the Black Swan. Good stiff lead hand.
Well, it's eyes up fighting for Wolfinden, isn't it? He had to wear a few in the first couple of minutes, but once he's found his rhythm, James Wong struggling to find his mark, although he does go to the body and land flush.
Yeah, he got a big reaction too, didn't he? That really crumpled the posture of Wolfinden. Some good signs there from James Wong that those investments in the body starting to pay some dividends, and again, just digging with the right hand from the southpaw position. Is trying to tenderise those ribs of the man they call the Wolf. Yeah, I think that lead leg's a little bit sore. Big T.
Absolutely.
He's looked a little bit unbalanced on that as he missed the strike. James Wong presses forward now. Both boys try and kick at the same time.
Well, if you can't stand on that lead leg, kick with it. And James Wong does exactly that. Final 10 seconds for round number 2, Eternal 87 prelims, live and exclusive on OnlyFans.
James Wong looking to press this one up to the fence now, I think. There's some real urgency shown there as he looked to get hand control position. Declan's done well so far on the outside as the taller man. Jabbing away. What's he got in the back pocket from James Wong as he closes the distance? James Wong trying to catch him as he exits with the left hand. There's a pump and digs again to the body tee.
And that seems to be the game plan for James Wong. Southpaw stance again, as you alluded to, Matt Williams. That front leg in the orthodox stance got chocked up by the Wolf in round number 1.
James Wong adjusted, made a nice adjustment there. Declan's been circling out by ducking and rolling at the open side, and he threw it as a low left hook. So trying to adjust and calibrate his range is James Wong. He goes to open side. Will he look for it once more? Oh, digs to the body instead. Some good connections to the body early in round number 2 for James Wong. On his toes now is Declan, jabbing, just touching and feeling. Trying to find a home for the big shots. That right hand's a sniper rifle, as we saw in the first. There's a right hand over the top from James Wong.
I think that one was just partially blocked, but you don't want to leave yourself open, Matt. One of those lands and it's all over.
And tries to swing to the body and misses. Lucky for Declan Wolfinden, because that had everything behind it. Look at that. That front leg's real toast now. Really compromised Big T. Struggling to walk now is James Wong.
Well, he can barely stand on it, Matt. Wolfinden following the game plan from his team. And on the inside, he goes down low, working the right leg of King James. Now down the middle, he's picking his shots, picking them nicely.
Will Wolfinden go upstairs with the right leg? He's got that lead leg of James Wong, which is now the back leg as he steps into southpaw. Injured. Will he go upstairs with the right? He's got a good right head kick. Fades back. James Wong corner, urging him for the Wolves Den team. No, their man's compromised. He needs something now. Halfway through the second, James Wong shifts, lands a good left hook. Needs some more of that, does the big fella. Inside leg from James Wong. Going to set up the hands. Good evasive head movement. Doesn't get out of the way of that one, though. A stiff lead jab from Declan Wolfinden.
And you can hear the corner from King James calling for straight shots. You'd have to think that Declan Wolfinden reading him quite nicely. As he goes around the corner, he's just weaving out of the way. If he goes straight, he might catch him, man.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the body, keep going back to the body, and that will help set up his looping power punches, but he needs to be careful because the taller man, Wolfinden, is just on a mission to try and remove his consciousness. That was a big knee. Ooh. Tries to pivot on that one, but his knee just kind of gave out. That's a beautiful work from Wolfinden on the back foot, just touching with the straight punches and bringing the right knee up the pipe. John Marfan and the team over there in the blue corner liking what they're seeing, T.
Very happy with their man, the Wolf. Almost flawless in adhering to the game plan in which they put so much effort to over the past weeks. But you can't count out James Wong. They call him the king for a reason. And if he can make it to round 3, Matt, there's no doubt he'll come out like a banshee as he goes to the body.
Good punch to the body there from James Wong. He's having his best success where he catches Declan Wolfinden just where the 2 cage panels meet, where he's got less room to angle out. That's where he needs to corral him and do his work. Oh, good right hand, look at that. Short and sharp and sweet from the Wolf.
Over the top for King James now, both guys showing the signs of this grueling battle. Blood under the eye for Declan Wolfinden. Blood just above the bridge of the nose for King James. And that seems to be wearing on him left hand. Just glances off the gloves. 10 seconds coming up.
Yeah, I think that punch to the nose, the bridge of the nose, did some real damage from the Wolf. And he tries to go back to the well with a right knee. 10-second clappers go, and it's James Wong fighting on one leg, but with a ton of heart. And Wolfinden, you'd feel in control coming into the 3rd and final.
He will become the next Eternal Featherweight Champion. Round 3 is underway.
It certainly is. And it's more of the same from Declan Wolfinden on the back foot. He hasn't used his right hand a lot in the first 2 rounds, but he might start to look to pop that one through now to complement the jab. Oh, James Wong tries to throw a knee. We can expect a more aggressive James Wong coming into this. In his professional debut, big right hand, just misses. Fight-ending intentions on that.
We'd have to think it's do or die for King James, and he'll draw upon the crowd for added energy here in round 3. He knows he needs something special. And the team from Wolves Den giving their advice, staying on the chest of Declan Wolfinden. Don't let him circle out and weave out of the way of those big shots.
Using the right, bring the right hand into play in the 3rd is the Wolf, and having great success. He's touching with the jab and just bring the right hand straight. James Wong's got a really good high guard. He parries well, both with the hand and the forearm, but struggling at the moment with the range and the height and the movement and the timing of Wolfinden. Just dips and rolls, but just deterred by that knee. But how's Declan just taking the center now? Jabbing away, big stiff jab from the Wolf. Great physical controls there, just manhandling James Wong on his compromised leg. Puts his hands on the forearms and shoves him back. Says, this is the center of my cage, Sonny Jim.
Well, you can see everything coming. Declan Wolfinden has glided so many times out of the way of those big looping shocks from King James. As he goes to the body once again, no effect for the Wolf.
There's that right hand. He just faked the jab that time and brought it short and sharp. That's really good work, good boxing from Declan. This is a masterclass as how to fight to a taller fighter against a short, powerful, stocky fighter. And he's just turned it up tonight as the Queenslander. Short right hand and disengages right. Again, a 1-2, but he's not over-committing to these shots. And unfortunately, James Wong just showed his cards a little bit there as he slipped on the canvas. Looked like he was going to try and shoot in on the hips. He might need to now. Such a credentialed grappler is James Wong, but really difficult to shoot on one leg.
Halfway mark for round 3. James Wong needing something special in these final moments of our final round. Declan Wolfinden down low again to that lead calf, and it's giving King James problems, but he is as tough as they come. At 35 years of age, King James continues to march forward in an effort to close out this fight in spectacular fashion, but it's the Wolf, loosey-goosey center cage here at Eternal 87 again, Matt.
How's the heart on James Wong? All those years of professional rugby league, all those years in the back shed with his dad on the judo mats. Looking to bring it now to the center of the cage in the biggest moment of his career thus far. Goes to a spinning kick to the liver. Bit of ray gun in centre cage. Good right hand again from Declan, who's taken the centre now. James Wong, he's been perpetual forward motion the whole fight, but now on the back foot as we get sprayed with a little bit of blood in the commentary booth. Tries to pick up the calf kick to take this one to the ground. A minute to play now. James Wong wants him in the centre.
Here we go.
Declan doesn't need to, though. He doesn't need to, and he knows it. Team Continent screaming at him, just get back on your bike, Sonny Jim. Oh,
Big shot.
Left hook from James Wong. That had the kitchen sink behind it.
1 minute remaining here in round 3. Matt Williams, you'd have to think James Wong will empty the tank here.
Yeah, well, for whatever's left in it, he's got blood pouring out of his nose, pouring out of his mouth. He's fighting on one leg, but he's not done yet. 30 seconds to go now. James Wong blocks the elbow from Declan. Declan circles out to his left. Southpaw stance down from James Wong. He needs something big. And Declan sensed it and just got out the back door with the VCR. It's all class tonight from Declan Wolfinden, Big T.
A near flawless performance for the man from Team Compton as we count down the final 10 seconds. Alden Bates in the corner calling for King James to leave it all inside the cage here at home in Perth. But you'd have to think that Declan Wolfinden has done enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this fight 29-28 for your winner via unanimous decision in the blue